Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm good. How are you?
Amazing.
Yeah,
And
you look amazing.
you look amazing. I was just going to say that.
Thank you.
Very well. Okay. Tell me, how was your weekend? How is your day going?
Weekend was so good. Day also went well. It's going well. And what should I say? It's going well or it's went well?
It went well. Or if you want to say that even now it's going well and you still have a lot of time left, it's going well. Both are correct.
Okay, so the day is going well.
Very well. And how was your, yes?
I was just asking, have you changed your place of, because I can
Yeah.
see the different background.
Yeah, I just tried to find another aesthetic corner. So I was like, okay, I can see a white wall. Because some construction was going on and all my curtains just fell down. Like
Okay.
during one of the sessions, like people heard it.
Okay,
So
during the session.
yeah, I did. Like it was just in front of me and I could not concentrate at all. I could see it falling, falling down. So
Okay, and that's why you have just changed your place then.
yeah, first I just changed it once, then I saw it fall. So I'm like, okay, great.
Okay, nice.
Okay. I was asking you, how was your Rakhi celebration? Do you
Okay,
celebrate?
Yes. I celebrated Rakhi with my cousins and yeah, family. I took a day off because my mom keeps complaining that I don't take a day off whenever it comes to family. And whenever I want to go out with my friends, I always take a day off, and that's why I took a day off and I gave my time to family. So yeah, it was
Oh, that's very sweet. So you had fun? You thought it was worth it?
yes.
Okay,
It
then
was
you should take more offs for your family.
Yes, I think so because she was. I mean, everyone was happy because when I say that okay, now I have to go, I have to log in, and I have to do my office work. All just pissed off, and they are like, "So your office work is important than family." And I thought of not repeating that scene again, and yeah, that's why.
Okay, very well. I really think that all parents have the same complaints.
Exactly, yes. They think that we should just be with them all the time, and we should just talk to them. And
No, not
that's
even that. It's not that they will speak to us the whole day, but they want us in front of them,
yeah.
somewhere around them, somewhere in the background, or they just want to, like my mom, she will not talk to me all the time, but she just wants me somewhere here and there. Like, just see, okay, Jheel exists. Somewhere she's there.
Oh, that's sweet.
No. But when I talk to her, she just keep complaining. Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Blah 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 blah. So,
This is I think everyone's
all
story when it comes to moms. Yes.
true. You're right. So, what do you think is the generation gap when all of this
Okay.
happens?
I think we have started well as per the topic. So yeah,
Always.
generation gap is I think basically conflicts of the opinion and conflicts of the opinion due to the age difference. Maybe.
Yes. No, it's not always a conflict, but some differences of,
Difference.
yeah.
Differences. Okay.
Okay. Conflict and
Yeah.
differences are similar words, but conflict is more stronger.
Strong. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, conflicts in the sense always like we have different opinions
Yeah.
and sort of.
Yeah. And
Okay.
have you ever felt the gap between your parents and relatives? Like you gave me this example of work and them always like saying you need to give them more family time. Or what are more similar situations where your thoughts and their thoughts don't really match that much?
I think almost all the time it happens with me because I always have different thoughts when it comes to my family or even with my cousins. They somehow relate to the thoughts of parents, but when it comes to me, I always like I always have different thoughts. or I always have different opinions, and that's why I used conflict.
Okay, I understood.
Yes.
Okay, any such situation that you can strongly remember that you had a difference of opinion and you stood by it, or you just could not understand what they're saying and why they're saying?
Okay, so I think a lot of time, I'll give you an example. I think recently we were talking about on the Rakhi day only, because we all were sitting together. So obviously they would talk about marriage and future plans and all those stuff. So they were like, okay, now okay, it's a time and we have to. It was about my sister. It was not about me, thankfully. They don't talk about me because they knew that there is no sense talking about her. So they were talking about my sister, and okay, so now we'll find a guy who lives in Nagpur, then that would be great, or that would be convenient for her and for parents as well.
Mm.
So I was like, why would you find, and why are you deciding? Like when the proper time comes, or whenever the star aligns, it will happen. I mean, let her decide whenever she wants to marry, or whenever she wants to take the big decisions of her life. And
Mm.
everyone were like, you just don't talk because you always have different opinions, and we don't even discuss about you because we know that you're not gonna agree with our
Mm.
decisions or our proposals. So the conversation goes longer, and obviously it was conflict.
Very well.
Yes.
And I think somewhere in your mind, you do know that that conversation is going to happen with you down the lane, right?
Yeah, obviously. But the thing is that whenever this conversation happens, I always have some different plans, or I don't have any plans, but I just say that no, I'm not agree with your things. I just said that I don't agree. I don't know why. I don't have any plans, but I just say I don't agree. I don't know why.
Ah,
I think it's a generation gap.
okay. And when do you feel this generation gap to be the most? Is it this topic which you feel like the most?
No, no, not this topic only. I think almost all the time. I mean, whenever I sit idle, parents want us to like talk to them, or just they don't like whenever we use a mobile phones a lot of time, or
Correct.
talking talking to someone, and watching watching a movie, or whatever it is. Even
Right.
yeah, so that time also I always have argument with my mom and with my brother also, like why and what. So the thing is that I always say my mom that why don't you stop him from doing all these things, and why you always like ask me like what are you doing, and with whom you're talking, with whom you're going out, and all those stuff. So that's my major thing, that I want equality. it,
Mm.
it is I mean it exists, but I want like this. If this is if my mom is like this, I always want her to be this. Don't do this and this with him and with me. So yeah.
Mm. I
That's
understand
the
that
thing.
this is a problem in India. I
Yes.
really can't speak about other countries, but it is a problem in India because uh, it's also because they're more protective about us just because they see outside how bad it is. Every time they're listening to these news with of things that are unsafe for women, etc., they get so scared for us.
Yeah.
So I know that we get frustrated, but somewhere it's that fear in them that's causing them to do all this. That is also there. So,
Yeah. But I personally think that we should always listen to our parents, because by end of the day our parents are always right.
mm,
And of course there are like a gap in opinions, but we should take our time, we should think about these things, we should think from their point of view also. And
mm,
it is not like we always try to explain ourselves in front of them. We should
mm,
have to like uh, plan sometimes that okay, I'm gonna talk with my parent on this day, and I will I'm gonna explain them this topic, like so that they would understand what my point of view is. And of course I think they would get convinced, because they only want our safety and our well-being in the future.
Yes, absolutely. Well, it's good that even though you have a difference in opinions, you do understand their intentions and respect it. So, well, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
And
actually, argument is okay sometimes, but I cannot go against them because it's not good for me, and I know it very well. Yes.
I understand. And is it possible to overcome these generation gaps? Like you told me, one method would be to speak to them and try to explain your point of view, probably through good communication. But apart from that, do you think is it really possible to overcome this generation gap?
Okay, overcome would be difficult because obviously, I mean, we are living in a different. We have born and we have brought up in.
We have been brought up in a different way.
Yes, yes, in a different way, and they have a different like mindset and different views. So it is quite difficult to like completely get over out of it.
To completely overcome this problem.
Yes, to completely overcome this generation gap. But yes, we can we can normalize it, I think. And communication is the best way, I think.
Key
If we
factor.
communicate is the key factor. Yes, communication is the key factor. I think if we communicate, if we try to explain our views, and if we try to make them understand whatever is in our head, so I think they would probably understand everything. And we always expect our parents to understand us, to understand our generation, our fashion, our everything. But we never try to understand them, like from where they come, or what should I say, from
where they come from. We don't try to understand where they come from, their points of view.
Yes, where they come from. And we always try to like explain our now the world has changed, now this and now that, people are doing this, people are doing that. But I think we should understand them also. That's what I think.
That's very sweet of you. Your mom will be very happy if she listens to this recording.
Yeah, she's happy, but again, like I cannot agree with everything, right? Otherwise they would be like
yeah,
that's the thing.
Yes. They'll be like, Arushi is speaking all of these things, our daughter has grown up.
Exactly. And that's why I don't want her to like know about me, know this side of me.
Very well. So you want to be strong in front of her, but you're sensitive too.
Absolutely. I think everyone is.
Okay. And so can you talk to your family about anything and everything? Are there topics that you can't discuss, about them?
Yes, actually,
that you can't discuss with them. Sorry.
No, nothing like that. Touchwood, I'm blessed with a family, and I can discuss everything with them. There is no like. Earlier it was, but now everything is just normal. We have no restrictions, like we cannot do this. They just ask us like what you want to do and why you want to do, where you want to go and why you want to go, these things. But yes, I can discuss everything, and I can, if I explain her properly, she obviously understands and she allows me. But yes, as you said, that common Indian mother mentality, like if my daughter would be safe or not if she go out. That's the thing is always in her mind, but she always try to understand. And I think that's what we want, to understanding from her, or accept our crazy things, whatever we want to do, and we want to go, those things. So
accept our choices.
Accept our choices. Yes.
Very well. And at which point in life do you think that the generation gap is the largest?
Okay, so Okay, so as I said, every time I feel this, that okay, generation gap is there. But as you're asking me, when did you feel this? Uh, so yeah, when it comes to taking the hardest decision of life, then I feel that okay, yeah, generation gap is there, and we have to overcome this, or we have to like reduce this to avoid the grudges or
Hmm.
conflicts, maybe.
Conflicts. Okay,
Yes.
okay. And do you think it's possible for parents and children to be friends? Is it possible?
Yeah, absolutely, it is possible. I mean, nowadays, nowadays kids who are growing up, they already have that surrounding. Their parents already treating them as their friends, and they share everything. But for generation like us who are 90s kids, and like who are in their early early 20s, maybe
Mm,
early 20s or early 30s, they are just having issues because obviously all these things are new for us and for our parents, and for our parents also,
mm,
because they are not that advanced in technologies, or they don't know a lot of things.
mm.
They don't use smartphones a lot, and that's why it's quite difficult for them. But then also, if we try to make them understand, if we try to make them our friends, it's absolutely possible.
And you mentioned this, the fact that, it's difficult for them to use technology, etc. Keeping those factors in mind, is your life easier, or was your parents' life much more easier? Which one? Considering all the problems that you are facing today, um, whose life was easier or is easier?
I think my life is much easier because see, as a girl also, I can go anywhere, I can do anything, and with the help of smartphone, it helps me a lot.
Mm-mm.
Right? When I'm going in a new city, I don't know the routes, I don't know the transport services over there, but still I can use my Ola Uber app. I
Mm.
can use Google Map to find the ways. I can use smartphone to find the location, good location to live. And I think all of these things are helping us a lot. Advanced technologies, smartphones, different apps, which are making our life easier,
Mm-mm.
right?
Correct. Correct. And do you think that your parents had faced this similar generation gap with their parents as much as you are facing with them?
uh, I don't think as much as we are facing with them, they have faced. They must have faced, but the difference wouldn't be much, because as I mentioned, we are living in an advanced technology world. So we of course have a lot of things which is different from them, but they didn't have a lot of things which were different from their parents.
Hmm.
They were living in a quite similar world, but our world is very different from theirs.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, it is true because whatever are the chores and responsibilities that my mom had were the same that she followed her mom doing.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I don't do
Now
any of those. So,
we don't want to do exactly, and that's a very good example. You like explained it in a very simple way, like a very short example, but it explained everything.
yeah, so I don't do any of that. Plus, I'm nowadays we do a lot of hobbies,
Yes,
extracurriculars. We
yes, yes.
learn so much, but it wasn't the case for them. Like, I don't think my mom would have spent time listening to music or doing art or even simple activities like this. Maybe sometime in her childhood, early childhood,
Yes.
but never post that. I don't think so. So,
Yeah, because maybe they felt that their priority is doing their household chores, and
serving their
what
family.
exactly. And what we are doing is we are very, not very, I cannot say selfish, but we are thinking about ourselves a lot, or we
That
want to
was on my
explore.
mind. Yeah,
and we want to explore more things. We just don't want to give our all the time to the family and doing household, because we think that, I mean, especially I think that household chose the daily activity and what I'm gonna get out of it. If I
same,
learn
same.
it, and okay, I learn cooking,
Part of
and
life. Yeah.
but I'm not gonna do everyday cooking, and I'm not gonna waste my time. Sort of thinking, but it's absolutely not wasting of time. Cooking is a very important thing, and everyone should know it, at least
Yeah.
for the
I mean, you're
survival.
telling it to me. I'm the last person to I'm so lazy to cook. Like I will study for 10 hours, okay? Not a problem. I will not cook for half an hour. I
So,
will
do
make
you know
so
cooking
many.
or you don't know?
I know how to, but like I don't. I will just chop vegetables and give it to my mom, and I'll be like, okay, okay, like I'll be her assistant, but I will not
Okay.
do like the major. I'm like, Ma, I'm coughing, Ma, I can't. This smoke is so much. Like I'm such a drama queen when it comes to cooking.
Kitchen and cooking. Absolutely. I can see that on your face also. Yeah,
It's just
absolutely.
that. Yeah, because I'm just like, oh, Ma, 3 hours are going. I can do something else. She's like, this is important. Ma,
Yes, you
three
should
hours
know
are
this.
gone.
They feel that it's important, but we don't understand that it's important. We feel that something else is really important than this, because this is a daily routine. I mean,
Yeah,
what we're gonna
how
be.
to do this every day? I really don't know. And
Exactly.
3 times a day. Oh, I can't.
Exactly. That's what our mentality is, and here comes the generation gap. Like
True,
what
true.
we think about cooking, which is a crucial part, right? And which is really very important. Even we have different views on this. We
No,
don't
but
want to do it.
the problem is if you, cooking is fine, okay, like I can cook, but when you
Yeah.
cook and you're doing all your responsibilities, people tend to think, oh, this child is really good, we can get her married so fast. So that's why
Oh,
you don't want to do it, because you don't want to be a good child.
I just loved it. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Even I think so. Even I know cooking. I don't want everyone to know that I know cooking. I just tell everyone, no, I don't know cooking. I don't know how to cook. And please don't ask me. If you want to eat bad food or bad food with bad taste food, oh my God.
Food that doesn't taste good.
Okay. If you want to eat food that doesn't taste good, then ask me to cook. Otherwise, please don't. That's what I.
Exactly the same strategy I use. I only tell here on Clapingo a little. Yeah, I know how to cook. Actually, know a lot. I don't say.
Okay. And I what I do is, even after doing a small thing in kitchen, I try to explain that I have done a lot of things in kitchen. I have invested my time in kitchen, and now and my mom is like, why are you acting so like you have cooked for 10 people, you're acting like that.
Yeah, true. I get you.
Yes.
Very well. That was brilliant. Brilliant conversation. Good flow that you have. I remember one thing in the first class that I met you, I told you, do not sit in a very restricted way. And today
Yeah,
you're a
yes,
little more eased out. I know you
yes.
move your body at least. So good progress. Okay. So keep working on that as well. It's good. I do remember this from our first class.
I'm glad that you remember this.
And so a few corrections that I have noted down. When you
Yes,
say
yes.
on the Rakhi day, on the day of Rakhi, okay?
Okay. Okay.
And you often use when I say my mom, when I tell my mom, okay? And say, try to avoid it. Say you use it more like
Okay.
she said something like that. But when you
Okay.
say that I told her, when you're using yourself, just use more of I
Tell.
told my mom.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. um and explain them these topics. I explain these topics to them. Okay,
Okay.
so sometimes
Displays
you're
of
using,
words.
yes, you're using a little bit of shortcut, you're eating up few words because you want to
Okay.
say it
Yes.
fast. Okay, so try to slow down, don't eat up words.
Yeah.
Okay, and just explain. Like, or you say, I explain her. I explain it to her.
I explained to her. Okay, I'm eating the
I explained it to her.
to her. I think you have mentioned it earlier also.
Yes. Okay. So do not eat up the words. And things which is different, things which are different.
Things which are different. Yeah, obviously it's the plural.
Yes. So
Things which are different.
minor errors like that. Or when you say, even I know cooking, even though I know cooking,
Even though. Yes,
even though I know cooking.
I
So,
know.
so just those words where you're omitting the words, articles, or something or the other, you know, just a few things that you're omitting. That is the only mistake that I see for now. Okay. And probably in the next class, I'll also come up with, when you're speaking, I'll also give you a few alternate ways of saying some things. Okay. So you can improve
Yeah,
your vocabulary.
actually I want, because sometimes I feel that I should not say in this way. I could have used a better phrase or a
So
better
they're
sentence.
correct. Everything is
Yes.
correct, but we also want to progress. Sometimes
Yeah,
we want it to be more impressive. So we'll try and see. Of course, I won't be able to give all alternatives because sometimes I use the same language, but wherever I can, I will try to make sure that we can use some alternate words, alternate ways of saying it that sounds more neat. Okay. Very well. Okay. Let me know if you have any doubts for me or something that you want, any topic you want to discuss next class, whatever you want. You're free to tell me.
For now, I don't have any doubt as you explained everything and you pointed out my mistakes as well. So thanks a lot. And what I wanted to ask is, okay, so I don't think we can cover that